Resilience misunderstood. Where do we normally grow resilience? Well, that's usually within our childhood, right? Things happen, we fall down, we get hurt, maybe friendships come and go, and we're learning to build that. But there are times where we get really down, whether that's with depression or something else that's happening personally in our lives, and we forget that we actually do have resilience. So it's kind of like we have to build it back up in order to remember that we had it in the first place and we could do tough things for ourselves. So this is Hope and Healing, an area in depression, and it's on planting seeds. This episode's on growing resilience slowly, building roots, and not rushing blooms. So when people talk about resilience, they often describe it as bouncing back quickly or snapping out of it. But when you're living with depression, that idea can feel discouraging, even impossible. And I think that's one thing where people looking outside in tend to forget that when we are going through a really heavy emotion in our life, that it takes time to come out of it. We have to process whatever brought us into that state in the first place. And then we have to find the strength within and kind of build back up to who we want to be or now or somewhat of who we were before. And that can be hard when we're looking into somebody's life and the things we say or do can actually be counterintuitive for our family member or our friend. So, self compassion not only for ourselves, but those around us that are going through hard times. And it's okay if we don't understand their hard time or don't really understand how to help somebody going through a hard time, because an ear, listening ear, is what a lot of people just need. So, real resilience doesn't mean moving fast. It means growing roots that hold you steady, even when the storm is strong. And in this episode, we'll explore how resilience can grow slowly through tiny, repeated acts that build strength over time. So, redefining resilience. Resilience is not about speed or toughness, it's about flexibility, the ability to bend without breaking. And depression may slow you down, but it doesn't mean you're weak. Each time you survive a low, you're practicing resilience. Here's a reframe. Resilience is showing up even when it is hard. So, roots before flowers. Just like a plant grows before it blooms, your healing may be invisible at first. Resting, eating, moving, reaching out, these are basic roots. You may not see big changes right away, but every small choice that we make strengthens our foundation. Remember, again, outside looking in, you aren't going to be able to understand it at all unless the person wants to share. And even if they share, you still may not understand it, and that's okay. That is just where a quick text of "I'm thinking about you" comes into play, and I'm here if you need me. So here's a gentle reminder. Just because I don't see growth yet doesn't mean it isn't happening. So we're going to build resilience through small practices, micro changes. So create a resilience menu of small acts that support your strength. Drinking water when you wake up, taking a deep breath before reacting, writing one line in a journal, and going outside for a few minutes. Or there's many other things that you can put on there. Again, we're making, say, a toolbox full of tools in order for us to be able to use them when they are really needed. So the more consistently that you practice, the stronger your roots become, even if you don't feel it immediately. Here's an anchor thought. Slow growth is still growth. So you are stronger than you think. Resilience isn't about bouncing back overnight. It's about building quiet strength over time. In the next episode, we'll explore community and connection in soil, how the people and environments you choose can either nourish or drain your growth. And here are some journal prompts for you. What roots am I already growing, even if I don't see big changes yet? When have I survived something I didn't think I could? And what's one small daily act that strengthens my resilience? Here's the comment section. Comment anything on anything you like in the video, anything on hope and healing, growing resilience, any area of depression, or any other heavy emotion you may be dealing with right now, or hardship that's kind of in your life at the moment. If you're having a hard time knowing what to comment on, here's a question for you. What's one small root I can strengthen today? If this video resonated with you, take a deep breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in. You're not alone on this journey, and you never have to do it all at once. If you're feeling like it, like this video so others can find it. Subscribe for new content of every day, of every week. And remember, here we do tiny steps, real talk, and honest healing. If you made it this far, you can hear about the journals that I've created to go hand in hand with these videos. Really to, again, help build up healthy behaviors, decrease unhealthy behaviors, and maybe make us aware of some things we aren't aware of. There's an anxiety journal, a beach theme journal, and a self-love, discovery, and discipline journal. And then there's some children's books and a workbook. Children's book is all about bravery, courage, and the spark within. There's worksheets at the end that where your own children can write down what is their bravery, their courage, and their own spark, just to help them lay down the foundation that they do have what it takes inside of them to do hard things. And then there's an emotion workbook where your kids get to discover their emotions and where do they feel them in their body. And then there's some other pages on negative thought they may have. And then they replace it with 3 positive thoughts, along with many other sheets in there as well for your children. And again, I would just like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great day.